Rated M for mature.
Zombie Army number 4. Who is the deadliest of them all? It's time to pit the characters of the Dead War against each other like schoolchildren as we try to decide which one's best. Yeah, Boris, I heard Shola calling you a wimp just now. What are you going to do about it, eh? And Hector, mate, according to Carl, your breath stinks to high heaven. Just saying, fight, 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 fight! Yes, we're back with another childish argument from deep in the crimson streets of Zombie Army 4. Having established that even though there's no one best weapon in the game, we all have a clear best weapon in our minds, and that weapon is different for all of us. Now we're turning our attention to the cast. And this is an even more personal pick, isn't it? At least the guns have those bar charts to help you make some kind of straw man argument, but so much of character preference comes down to how you vibe with their manner and appearance. But that's not going to stop Ellen, Gareth and I arguing about it until our voices go all quivery with emotion though, so we'd best get to it. I'll go first, and before I start, just a reminder to anyone who hasn't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so now to get more excellent content from us. Right, so the actual best character in Zombie Army 4. Take it away, me. Thanks, me. Great job with that intro. I mean, obviously, it's Jun. Not only is she nimble on the field of battle thanks to her movement bonus, and let's not gloss over how important that is when you run out of ammo because you're an idiot and now you're forced to just hoy it for miles until the next ammo crate. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, she's also impossibly stylish. While I do have a lot of respect for Boris's obvious comfort with his own dad bod and Hector's old school sartorial elegance, the fact is Jun is the only character who'd be bang on trend in a modern high street and might even get let into a nightclub. Admittedly, you'd have to be pretty selective about which nightclub you tried to get in while wearing an all-black combat fatigues combo with shades or a ninja hood, but I'm sure that's a scene somewhere. Jun's not the most robust, taking a bit more melee damage than the others, but if you keep that in mind while you play, her movement bonus more than makes up for it. Plus, you can tailor your weapon picks to suit, so no close-range shotties, swap them out for precise pistols and powerful ranged secondaries. That turn of pace she has does mean you spend a little while waiting for the other slowpokes to catch up with you though. Do you know what I really love about Jun though? She is just incredibly positive about fighting off Hitler's deceased ranks. She never mopes about or gives any backchat, she just takes it all in her stride. All the carnage and all the destruction, all the smelly things trying to pull her limb from limb. And I think we can all take something from that. Here's to you, Jun. And now for 2 wrong answers. Take it away, Ellen.
Woohoo! Thank you, Phil, and other intro Phil. If you caught our last Zombie Army 4 video where Gareth, Phil and I discussed the best weapons in the game, you'll already know I'm a big fan of a shotgun, so it's only natural that in Zombie Army 4, I opt to play as my fellow shotgun enthusiast, Shola. Not only does playing as her mean you need fewer kills to activate weapon focus, but she also benefits from her traps having a larger damage radius, presumably thanks to her engineer background. Which means you can play horde mode like some kind of post-apocalyptic Kevin McAllister, letting your traps do all the work for you. Shotguns and sticky bandits aside, Shola is hands down the best character to play as. A privately educated daughter of a wealthy Nigerian barrister, she's not your typical zombie apocalypse accomplice. I enjoy the baritone quips of Carl Fairburn as much as the next person, but Shola's well-spoken British accent is a nice comfort to have when you're dodging in and out of zombie hordes. On top of all of that, she looks great in hats. Or in the case of my Shola, she looks great in gas masks shaped like hats. It might seem like a shallow point to end on, but it's worth mentioning because not all of the playable characters are blessed in the headgear department. Sorry, Hector.
I say, old chaps, what a perfectly preposterous notion. Jun and Shola? That's a nonsense. Yes, what one needs when facing off the rotting husks of the undead horde is another rotting husk. I'm fighting fire with my choice of Hector, the gentleman zombie's gentleman zombie. Sporting a rather fetching officer's uniform, blue is so his colour, Hector is always my first choice when playing Zombie Army 4, mainly because, well, he's just so classy. Unlike Jun or Shola, Hector allows you to add a little bit of pomp and a very stiff, and rotting upper lip to your playthroughs. Manners, after all, cost nothing. And how can you not love this British flying ace's accent? David Niven, eat your heart out. Hector's personal perks include fewer kills being required to activate a takedown, increased melee damage resistance, I guess rotting flesh is less than sensitive, as well as an increased bleed out time for whenever he's downed. But honestly, I think that's just due to his blood being a little bit more on the congealed side. His origin story is, however, a little bit more morbid than the rest of the cast. This former fighter pilot was brought back from the dead with the rest of Hitler's loyal forces after Plan Z was initiated, but thankfully for us, Hector's sense of duty as a gentleman prevented him from being turned into a mindless, shambling corpse, though sadly for him, the Resistance's dental plan leaves much to be desired. His charming quips and 40s sensibilities fit perfectly with the setting, and there's also the added poetic justice of seeing a zombified Hector taking down a zombified Hitler. Birds of a feather, eh?
I think we achieved a lot here today. Our viewpoints might not have changed in the slightest, but we heard each other out and we're all still, basically, on speaking terms. And those are our definitive picks until next week when we all change our minds again. But tell us about yours in the comments, and while you're down there, what crossover character appearances would you love to see in Zombie Army? I can see Maximilian taking down creepers in my mind's eye right now. I need to be over here.